Our second example is going to demonstrate the power of workflows. We can configure the system to be working when we're not. We will now add an internal reminder email that will prompt the owner of our sales opportunities to update their progress. You can read about this facility in our documents area of the AgileBase website. Whilst AgileBase can be used to send emails, it should not be used for marketing purposes. Rather, it should be used as a method to notify people about data associated to the system, as we are doing in this example. So we're going to be creating sales opportunities requiring updates. So we're going to start from the TALS interface and we'll be creating the workflow that will do all of the work for us. So we're going to find the sales opportunities table, click on names and views, and we're going to be creating a new view. I'm going to be adding the view into one of the tiles I've already created called workflows. I'm also prefixing with some text that makes it clear what action the workflow performs. So we're going to name this Workflow Email, Sales Opportunities Requiring Updates. We now need to add the data that we need to send the emails. The first task is to add all the fields that we wish to use in the email, so we need to go to Joins. Click Add Join, and we're going to join the sales opportunity to organisations. We're then going to add another join, which is the sales opportunities to contacts. We're then going to add a title, and click Add. We're then going to add a date of inquiry. Add full name. The date that the sales opportunity was last updated. And then we need to add the opportunity owner. We're now going to add the filters so that we only get the records that need chasing. Obviously, we only want to chase opportunities that have not been updated recently. So we're going to add a filter for last updated older than 1 week. So we're going to select the source as sales opportunities, the field as last modified, I'm going to scroll down and select the type as older than X weeks ago, and then in value, type in 1 and click Add. But we also only want to chase opportunities that are in progress. Luckily, we set up our status field in such a way that it's easy to use the number prefix. Opportunities that still need to be progressed have a prefix number lower than 4, so we're going to add a second filter for status less than 4. So we now have a list of the people to be emailed, so now it's time to set up the email itself. So click on Edit View, click on the Send Emails option for workflow, and in this particular instance, we're going to click on Email Notification. We are sending an internal email notification. We need to set the options much like you would a classic mail merge. So we're using the curly brackets to let the system know where to insert the data. You can see the list of fields available to you above. So we're sending it to the opportunity owner. We're leaving from blank. And we're now going to jump to a version where the body has been filled out for you. We're going to set the subject as sales op update needed for, and then in the curly brackets, title to insert that data. So don't worry about typing this in wrong. The system will actually flag up if this is the case. So we're going to show you now what happens if you've typed in part of the data or part of the body incorrectly. As you can see, when you've typed something incorrectly, it turns red, and then when you return to the correct version, it goes back to black. So we now want to set the workflow to run every day. So we're going to go and click on Edit Records and select the frequency as every 24 hours. We're then going to select the log update to, and then scroll down and click Create New Data Field. Here we're going to rename this as Workflow Chase Sales Op and click OK. We're going to change the time to 8 AM, which is the time at which the email will be sent out each day. Behind the scenes, AgileBase has automatically added a filter that means this workflow will only ever chase once. Whilst this is probably the case in 90% of cases, when we chase things by email, in this example, we want to chase every 7 days. So we're going to alter the filter. So we're going to remove the filter, which is there is no workflow chase sales op. And then we're going to add it back in, but this time change it slightly. So we're adding it back in, but it now must be older than a week. So go to type, scroll down and select older than X weeks old. And in value, we're going to put 1. We're also going to click on the filter and tick the box next to or is blank. The reason we need to tick this box is because at the moment we haven't sent any, so none of them have a date that they were last emailed. So once that's clicked, you can see all of the emails it is going to send on the left. So here we can see the list of records that the system will email next time the workflow runs, which should be tomorrow at 8 AM. A useful tip when testing these types of things is to get it to send one straight away to check that it's working. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to Edit View, go to Properties and Options, and then if you scroll down to the bottom, in Row Limit, we're going to put 1. If we then scroll back up to the top and refresh, then you can see that this view only contains 1. So we are now going to run the workflow. We're going to go to Workflow Edit Records. We're then going to press Run Workflow Now, and it will only send the 1 email. So now that that is done, don't forget to go back and remove the row limit.